There has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not true.
Hanging out with? Are you hanging out with Diddy? What are you doing?
I mean, yeah, popped out the town car with a camera. Said, yo, Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this. The whole thing, we need to document this, Playboy. He was like, party. And he got pissed at me. He said, yo, don't Playboy, don't play with me. You know I am, I'm Diddy, you know what I'm saying?
So Jamie Foxx suffered a very serious medical emergency that landed him in the hospital.
There's too many coincidences.
Andre 3000 and Jamie Foxx just set the internet on fire after finally breaking their silence on the disturbing things they saw at Diddy's freak-off parties and the things he forced them to indulge in without their consent. Apparently, these parties are some form of ritualistic sacrifice to initiate them into the industry. Andre 3000 was one of the most successful artists back in the 2000s, but he ran from Hollywood during the peak of his career and never looked back. And of course, people believe this has to do with the things that he was forced to participate in the industry. Jamie Foxx also reportedly went through the same fate in the hands of Diddy. And at some point, Diddy allegedly tried to unalive Jamie because he didn't want him to speak out. People started looking into Jamie and Diddy's relationship about a year ago when Jamie was suddenly rushed to the hospital for a medical emergency. His entire family was super private about the details of his illness, and no one knew if he was gonna make it out or just drop dead. After he recovered from his condition, he revealed that the entire experience was really traumatic for him, and he even said he went to hell and back.
I cannot even begin to tell you how far it took me and how it brought me back. I went through something that I thought I would never ever go through. And I know a lot of people were waiting, or wanting to hear updates, but to be honest with you, I just didn't want you to see me like that, man. I want you to see me laughing, having a good time. Now, by being quiet, sometimes things get out of hand. People saying what I got. Some people said I was blind, but as you can see, the eyes are working. The eyes are working just fine. They said I was paralyzed. I'm not paralyzed. But I did go through, I went to hell and back. And man, I know they talk about people crying on videos. You could do take two, but I'm not gonna do a take two. It is what it is. And if you see me out from now on and every once in a while I just burst into tears, is because it's been tough, man. I was sick, man, but now I got my legs under me, so you're gonna see me out. But like I said, I just want you to remember me for the jokes that I crack, the movies that I make. Some of them good, some of them ain't. I think I got a good one out. And the songs that I sing, man. And then, some people were talking about I'm cloned.
So as you can see, Jamie got hella emotional in that video, and it looked like he was holding back on some stuff that he wanted to say so he ain't getting any more trouble. Not only that, but people also believe that Diddy had something to do with Jamie falling sick. Now for those of y'all who didn't know, it's been rumored for a while now that Jamie was also attending these infamous freak-offs that Diddy was having in his mansions. We got to know about this a while back when an old interview that Jamie did went viral on social media. In the interview, Jamie spilled the tea about the time that he got invited to a Diddy party, and upon his arrival, he saw a bunch of naked people doing the you-know-what. It was a whole entire party, including everything that you can imagine, including Diddy's famous Toosie, which is a combination of a bunch of other substances to get people to indulge in these freak-offs for hours without getting tired.
So I followed him the whole time. I remember watching Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel. I'm filming this, and it's a pool party that is ridiculous, man. And I look up and I see Dr. Ruth. I don't know if you know who that is. This lady. This lady. I see Dr. Ruth. I said, Miss Ruth, could you please come over here? This guy by the name of Sean P. Diddy Combs. I need you to come meet him. I need this for my camera. Dr. Ruth and Puff at the Beverly Hills Hotel pool dancing, doing their thing, right? And you know what they dancing to? Over in the corner, God bless, is Heavy D, Andre Harrell, and they listening to a demo. You know what the demo?
And remember how I said Diddy would have his infamous cocktail of different called Toosie, which was supposed to make people at these parties indulge in freak-offs for hours? Well, Jaguar Wright recently came out and explained how this works, and y'all cannot believe the things she had to say.
A pink
and Young Miami has to bring across. That's,
Wait, the two-seat.
Yeah, the two-seat. That's what they call.
I found out. I talked to my guy because I wanted to be informed. Because people was calling it two-seat, it's calling it the Tunchi. I didn't know which one it was. So I talked to my guy, and my guy filled me in. And then it made perfect sense. Two-seat.
Talk to him.
With Jaguar.
Let's talk.
Education.
101.
So two-seat is but they take the cat and cook it up. And they fold it into the cup. Now, if you don't know what cat is what they call on the street special K. It's a veterinary, it's a horse tranquilizer. Now, gay men have been using this for years. See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there was certain you will always find on hand. Viagra, ecstasy, special K, and now see, the coke keep you up all night, but unfortunately, it gives you limp noodle because of what the blood flow is. So who wants to fuck with a half-hard dick all night? So that's why you had the Viagra to make sure that the involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing yourself with the. Now see, that's a horse tranquilizer. So that relaxes all your muscles. You could get by 80-ton gorillas. You wouldn't feel a thing. So now it's gonna stay hard. You numbed up and you high. You got the caffeine in you, so you don't feel. And then you add that to put in the feeling that you've now blocked out, and now you got a party.
Freak off cocktail.
Yeah. So now the two-seat, they done skipped all the steps. They condensed it. So you got the in there, and then you got the. And they say that some of the dealers add the in there. And the reason why it's pink is because they put the food coloring in it. They think, he said he think they got it from the Breaking Bad. You remember how they was making them, and they made it a special color, so they done that with the two-seat.
Wow.
It's the food coloring.
Anyways, going back to Jamie, he revealed in another interview that these parties were so exclusive to the point where he wasn't even allowed into it, unless he got invited by Diddy. So in order to let Diddy invite him, he pretended to be a cameraman and documented the entire thing for Diddy. And if y'all remember, Cassie said in her lawsuit that Diddy used to film these parties and keep the footage as leverage over the people who attended. It looks like he wasn't the only one recording them by himself, because he had an entire crew of people that he paid to take these videos, and Jamie was obviously one of them.
Party. So the way I would get in this party is I show up with a camera.
Puff, yo, you gotta let me film this. The whole thing, we need to document this.
Now, when it comes to Andre 3000, he didn't end up in the hospital fighting for his life like Jamie, but they did do some awful things to him that forced him to abandon his entire rap career while he was at his peak. Andre first hinted at Diddy and other people in the industry using their fame as an excuse to do sinister things during an explosive interview with GQ, when he said, "The problem with being successful is you can do whatever you do times 10 and no one to stop you. You can easily go down the wrong path and you get into that place. And the thing that brings you out is other people." Around the time that this interview came out, there were rumors circulating around that he had seen some things when he attended Diddy's parties, and some of the things that he saw made him realize the industry just wasn't for him. He knew he couldn't indulge in these things, so he quietly stepped out and never looked back. One person reacted to this by saying, "I still need to know what he saw when he walked into the room at that Hollywood party that made him leave the industry." Another person said, "Maybe TD Jakes getting bottomed is the reason Andre 3000 left the music industry that night he went to the private party." What's even crazier is that this isn't the first time that somebody in the industry has talked about these infamous parties. Cat Williams actually talked about it during a comedy special that he had back in 2004, in which he revealed that he was coerced into going into a freak-off party, but as soon as he got there, he was disgusted and left right out. Interestingly enough, Andre was in the audience when Cat said this, and you could see Cat looking in Andre's direction when he was saying it. Andre can also be seen laughing the whole thing off, but people believe he and Cat probably talked about this in private before the show, and Cat decided to use it for the special to bring people's attention to the stuff that was going down.
Be gay in Hollywood, you never expected. They be having these big mansion parties, and the mansion party, the whole mansion is a party, and then it's a separate party in the little rooms. I ain't been famous that goddamn long. I'm excited in a to be at the mansion party. You be looking at all the goddamn rooms, and you found and looked in the wrong room. And come here.
Child, it's getting real creepy out here. Both Jamie Foxx and Andre 3000 have seen some very disturbing stuff in the industry, and that explains why they are the way they are today. The truth is, it's all coming out, and it's safe to say there are way more people who will come out in the near future to spill even more tea about what's been happening over the years. As usual, people had their own thoughts about this, like this person who said, "I love Andre, and I knew something happened. I am blown away as to how big this whole thing really is, how widespread this all is. Scary." Another person said, "OMG, is it worth going through all this? Lives are ruined. I can't understand why when you make it big, that you wouldn't help make the world a better place for people who need help with no strings. Helping people just out of decency." But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Jamie and Andre spilling all this tea? And do y'all think Diddy is responsible for the things that Jamie and Andre have gone through the past years? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.